Hey, peace world. Thanks for pressing play on another Pay Me No Mind sports and entertainment video. My name is Wood. Thanks for clicking on this. Appreciate all the support. Any new subscribers, please consider becoming a subscriber. And definitely if you like the way that anything is being broken down or discussed here on the channel, hit that like button for me. Hey, I'm a Redskins fan here in Ohio. And being in between the two professional football teams in this state, over the last couple of years, I've just accepted the fact that we're a struggling franchise. Even worse than I realized. And that's because I live between these two fan bases in the Browns and the Bengals. And I've heard all the complaints and the bitching and the complaining and so on and so forth for the last several years. And I'm like, damn, we really are in this. It's the same level of disarray here in Washington, D.C. and with the fan base. But Thaddeus Moss, undrafted free agent that we signed. And now, he becomes the target of the team bullshit and the fan bullshit. Why can't we give this kid a chance? So a couple of things really. I'm gonna talk about Thaddeus Moss, but I can't get to him without looking at what's going on with the quarterback situation and Dwayne Haskins, and it further just. You don't even know where to jump in with this shit. Like, you just want to follow the team, hope there's some improvement. You got a new coach. I thought that was a plus. Not the guy that I wanted. Not that I knew that there was a better guy available. But I'm willing to see what Riverboat Ron brings to the table. This back and forth about the quarterback and seeing, memes that he's trash and his trash cans with his jersey on it. And so this kind of culminated with Haskins' former coach, Urban Meyer, having to come out yesterday or in the last couple of days and ask the obvious question: do you realize the circumstances that the kid started under? Okay? If you want to ignore what he was able to do in his 1 year at Ohio State, if you want to throw in the fact that the only reason he beat out, for some people, the only reason that he beat out Joe Burrow was because Burrow was coming off of the injury. Throw away the fact that the kid had a phenomenal season and threw 50 touchdown passes at one of the top 3 or 4 football programs in the country. Throw all of that away. He only got his job because of Joe Burrow's injury. But the fact that Urban Meyer had to come out and explain all the circumstances, then it became, what the hell does Urban Meyer know? He's just looking for some relevance because he's not working right now, or he's a bum. The goalposts, the goalposts just keep moving. It's like the same dudes that work the chains. It's a similar crew that's moving the goalposts. Like, you just constantly move, but Urban came out and said the obvious stuff. For some of these social media accounts, YouTube channels, and the fans weighing in, the people posting in forums, have you sat there and looked at all, whatever it was, 300, 250, however many pass attempts or dropbacks that the kid had? Have you sat there and literally looked at all of that and graded all of that? You have no concern that the offensive line coach, who hadn't been a head coach in probably a decade or something, that he became the acting coach or the interim coach and led the way. Are you mad at Haskins because he didn't lead the team to 500 or vying for the wild card spot? Like, what were your expectations for him? Lastly, I can't get too mad at the kid. Nobody wanted him when he got there, the outgoing regime. But it spoke to the level of disarray and the lack of overall team control that Gruden exercised, for the kid to have even been on the bench doing some of the silly, immature stuff that he was doing. That doesn't happen on the bench of the Patriots. But again, that's all Haskins' fault. It was all Haskins' fault because he was immature. Coming out of camp, you would think that this had gone on for a month or more, a month and a half or more. One would only think that he got to the bench and acted an ass because he had never been challenged and engaged by his head coach. But anyway, let's get on to Thaddeus Moss. I said this before. All I can really be happy about is the fact that they got him for nothing in terms of when you look at what draft value is and grade and all of that stuff. At least he wasn't a reach. At least he wasn't a guy that could have been acquired the way he was, and they spent a 4th round pick on him or a 3rd round pick. They got him great. One thing that's a bit promising in this situation, one detail, is that he was contacted by Bill Belichick in the New England Patriots. He was also contacted by the Bengals, who his starting, quarterback from college is now going to be their starter. But that's promising to me that the Patriots saw some value in him and reached out. The kid comes to Washington because we were first in line. So that's promising to me that our head coach in the front office is now doing something that the Patriots would have done in the whole Patriot way. Now, I see, he's 6'2" or 6'3". It seems like the main issue with the kid is that he doesn't have phenomenal foot speed. He's not an exceptional athlete. Supposedly his hands are rated very well. He catches everything thrown to him, and he can block. So just for a baseline, is he gonna be a game breaker? Is he gonna turn the team around? Is he gonna take us to 500? Is he a plus 3 or 4 games just by being on the field? Probably not. But if you had a room full of 6 or 7 tight ends, and out of that bunch you don't have a TE1, then how bad really is it to kick the tires and see if there can be some development with the kid? So, like I said, we don't know anything, but why are we as the fan base sitting here acting like we do know something definitively? We don't. Then it gets to, some people are looking at the last name. It's a guy trying to make it in the NFL. 47 balls last year from Burrow, 4 touchdowns, 2 coming against Clemson. Again, that's somewhat promising. You think of a guy like Isaiah Simmons being out there on the field and him being a tight end. Did he catch these balls against Simmons or in front of Simmons? Did he run? Did he evade him or whatever? It's all positive information, in my opinion. Now, the kid went to the combine, didn't get to do any of the drills, I guess, because he had this Jones fracture. Again, with the foot speed, if he's not fast, he's not fast. But was this Jones fracture and this foot injury that he had in 2017 or 2018, is that part of the reason why he's slow? Can he get to be 100% healthy and be productive? I'm optimistic. But, you bring him in the manner that you did. He's hungry. He wants to prove himself. He's probably going to be very coachable. You're going to get his best effort. Is he a special teamer? Can he come in? Like I said, it's not like we have a room full of stellar options at tight end, which in my opinion is a very key factor to have in developing a young or younger quarterback. So again, I don't know where all the negativity comes from, the pessimism. He did play an important role in a great collegiate offense, one of the best ever. He had to have competed well and intensely each day, being a member of that program to do what they accomplished. So I'm hoping that he arrives here with all of that instilled in him. And then we have to trust this new regime of coaches to be better at developing talent than what we just dealt with for 5 or 6 years, or 6 years, or 5.5 years, or whatever it was. So, and it'd be great to have a steal. You know, it'd be great to catch a steal. You know. So again, man, I don't know what young Thaddeus Moss is going to ultimately be. But I'm optimistic. I'm optimistic. That's kind of my thoughts on Thaddeus Moss. We'll see what happens. You know, does he make the team? Does he hit the? Does he get to play? You know, is he a brighter? Is he in? You know, a brighter part of the Redskins story going into his second year with the team? These are things. Excuse me. These are things to consider. Again, man, just some of all of the BS swirling around the team constantly. Like, I just want to watch the team. I just want to watch the team and see what all the new faces can do. That's it, man. I'm out. Peace.